if you want to be successful in politics, your values.
Okay.
First of all, be a man of your words. Look, they say that politicians are liars. But I'm telling you, I can tell you if you want to see a successful politician, check his background. He has kept his word with his people. You may not be 100%, but without integrity and your word being your bond, you will never go far in politics.
All right, thank you so much for your time. In this episode, we are going to have a blast, an amazing blast. I have here with me the Honorable Deputy Minister of Finance for Ghana. That's Honorable John Kumah. And he also has a PhD behind his name. You know, I deliberately didn't use doctor because these days doctor can be cheap. He really worked hard for it. And as introduction, I mean, I could go on and on and on. But I think for me, looking closer to him, he is somebody that I really admire, both near and far, because he's one of the most humble politicians I've ever come across. And he has an incredible ability to lead. And the reason why I say that is very, very simple. I've never seen anybody who can identify talent or identify people who could serve a particular cause and assemble them together for solid execution. You know, he has that natural ability for that. And his sense of humility, coupled with the fact that, you know, his doors are always open to everybody, rich, poor, whatever, sick, healthy, everyone. So this is the honorable, right honorable gentleman, as the British would say, that we're going to have an amazing discussion. And the discussion has to do with politics. So, Honorable Dr. John Kumah,
Yes.
you're welcome to the
Thank
show.
you, thank you, thank you very, very much. Thank you,
Awesome.
thank you.
Yes, we are so happy to have you.
Thank you,
on the
thank
show.
you.
So, Honorable, this discussion was born out of a discussion I had, or an observation I had,
Yes.
with one of our youths, one of Ghana youths, who worked with me a few years ago. But I could see that, although I mentored him, I could see that his passion was purely politics.
Okay.
He just, it's not like
He loves
he's a
it.
partisan politics kind of guy, but he just loved politics.
Okay.
And I have not seen anybody that way. I had not seen a young man who is so passionate about politics. And in talking to him, I realized that he was raw. You know,
Okay.
he didn't have any kind of mentorship. I asked him, who does he look up to?
Yeah.
So I asked him to be following you
Yeah.
in what you do,
Yes.
which I think he does. But with that, it triggered something in my mind that, look, I think we need to explore this topic. a little
Yes.
bit more. So my first question is that I think during your vetting, I heard a little bit about your background, and I was surprised. I thought you were some rich man's son.
No.
because you've really moved very fast
Yes.
in your political career. So I thought you were some rich man's, seriously rich parents, that kind of thing. So, Honorable, if you don't mind, just tell us a little bit about your
Okay, good. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to share our life experience with young people. Actually, I was born in a deep village in Sankore to two cocoa farmers. Both of my parents are cocoa farmers. And in fact, that you have to walk like 3.5 miles from Sankore because car cannot go there into that village.
So, Sankore is in Ashanti?
It's in the Ahafo region.
Ahafo?
Yes, because my parents were Ashantis. But because they were cocoa farmers, they were living in Ahafo region. It used to be Bono Ahafo region.
All right.
So, and I remember from our village to the next village where there was school, we had to walk for half a mile before we could attend basic school.
Wow.
So that is how life started for
So
me.
you didn't go for private?
No. But what happened was that I think in my early childhood, when we were even in the village trying to pick up words and stuff, my daddy found out that I was doing well. So he said then he would take me to a boarding school. This is when I was about 5 years. So he said no, he saw that I'll be bright. So he took me to a boarding school in Sunyani. And since we were in a village, my parents didn't know anybody in Sunyani, so I had to go into a boarding school. That's how I think I picked the life of a politician from.
Wow.
Because I was very young, I needed a school mother to take care of me. So that's the arrangement in the school. When you come and that you are that young, they put you under another student
to take care of
who will take care of you. So he's like your school mother or your school father. So we did everything within the community as a family. So as I grew, and I stayed there from 1985 until 1994 in Sunyani Rapid Preparatory School.
Wow.
So I had all my basic education in the boarding school.
Okay.
So I grew in the school as a child to become a little bit of an adult. So when I think when I reached boarding school in JHS 3, automatically I became a leader in the school because I've been there for a very long time. And then since somebody took care of me as a student, it was now my turn as I walked on the ladder. I also became a school father to take care of the little kids that were there. So it grew from being a school father to becoming the school prefect of the school. Taking care of everything. But because we were all kids, you are trained to control everything as the final authority in ensuring your environment and your community works. So that was the training I grew up with. So when I left Rapid, and I went to Opoku School for my secondary education, because of the training of taking charge of my class, my campus and everything, I automatically became the school prefect in Opoku as well.
Wow. So that's what we say. We call destiny lives close.
Yes.
I'm really proud of the background. The Opoku are a bit down. I'm struggling.
Yeah, the best school.
That is arguable because I went to Pretoria.
Okay. You mean the green shirts, the forestry school.
So we can always have that around.
Oh yes. They attend forestry school.
So one of you realized that your life,
yes,
you were having clues.
Yes. For leadership
in your life.
Yes. So it came to me automatically because that was how I was trained to look out for others.
Okay.
And so that has been my understanding. And once I left Opoku Are, I became a student at Legon. Okay. I became part of the SRC, part of NUS. I was the first NUS elected rep on Get Fund. This is in 2002 when President Kufuor set up the Get Fund. So clearly, I have been part of student leader activism at every stage of my life.
Amazing.
And so I remember when I was completing university in 2003, I told myself that I will be a member of parliament in my mother's hometown.
This
is 2003.
This is almost 20 years ago.
Yes, 20 years ago.
Was that a prophecy or?
No, I knew I would do it and I would achieve it.
Okay.
I was so sure. Yeah, I was focused. So I quickly went to register there to be a polling station agent, to go and serve the then MP who was the then Minister for Foreign Affairs, Osei, to become his PA and just volunteer to work for him.
I love that.
Yes.
Because most of the young people, they don't want to do anything.
Yes.
If it's not bringing them, I don't. And I like that volunteer angle.
Yes, you have to serve because the people have to know you. They have to relate with you to understand you. So then I think in 2008 he lost the elections to a new MP, the Honorable Kwabena Osuaduomi. So I remember the day my MP lost, the one I went to serve, Osei lost the election. That same day, I told the man who beat him that he will hand over to me.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
What was his reaction?
Oh, he laughed it off. Oh, who are you? He called me Asukonomawe. And so first term, second term, so I went to contest him the second term. And that time I had just completed law school. And all this while, I was always upgrading myself and learning and doing businesses, because I always say I was born an entrepreneur.
Yes.
I'm a politician by choice because of my environment and how I grew.
Yes.
And when I was growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer. So the profession I chose in my life was law.
Yes.
But so I kept my eyes on political leadership, that I want to be part. So I told the man he will hand over to me. And he never believed it.
What you
So
say?
I knew everything I was saying. I wasn't joking about it. So when I contested him, he beat me marginally, even though I wasn't really prepared. I just come out of school. So it was the second attempt that I stretched him by margins, and he was shocked.
And I think he was a sitting.
Yes, he was then the deputy minister for roads, and he has been a highway regional engineer for a very long time. He's been the ranking member on roads when we were in opposition for almost 8 years. So, yes, he was a strong. Yes, he used to call me. His campaign team used to call me a Sukonoma.
That's like a little chicken running around.
Yes. But you see, so what I want to tell young people is that it's not about money. Money maybe helps. It helps to fuel the engine.
Yes.
But remember, engine alone cannot move a car.
No.
The fuel in the engine alone cannot move the car. You need the hardware before you put the soft this thing in. So you have to do more than just the money. Focus on who you are, your contribution in your community. What are your values?
Right.
Are you into politics just because of the lifestyle you see politicians or the name people give you? No. If that is your objective, you fail.
Wow.
Because it comes through the hard way. And I can tell you, well, maybe few politicians have had it easy, but those of us who have been in the struggles.
In the front line.
Look, I remember when I go for elections and I lose, my friends will call me names. And for me, when you give me the name, I will take it and bask in it. I will enjoy it because I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't care about name calling but the consistency and building relationship. I saw that to do well in politics is relationship, number 2, relationship, number 3, relationship.
Wow, I'm going to come there very quickly. So Honorable, one of these things, the quick question is, do you think there are people who are born to be politicians, or you can learn that's their skill set to enter into that trade?
Yes.
Is it a natural talent thing, or it's something that can be developed?
Yes, it's both.
Okay.
Some people are natural born kings.
Okay.
But you can also learn to be a royal.
Right.
Because it's a skill. God gave different talents to people, but you can always add on.
Yes.
Beyond your set skill, you can always acquire new skills. So I think that leadership comes naturally to some people.
Yes.
Some people, they don't want to be bothered. Beyond the environment, they don't want any interruptions. They don't want intrusion in the affairs of people. They stay in their corner. They don't want head problems. Some people too, they are naturally problem-seeking people. They want bring it. They want to solve it.
That's what they are.
So definitely, some people are born natural leaders. They will go out there to ask questions. Why is this not going the right way? What can we do to resolve these problems?
Right.
Some people too just sit there and complain, and they will not make any effort at addressing the problems. But that is basically the difference. And sometimes, in order to be able to bring a change, you have to relate to the problem. You have to let the people understand that you are not just there for your interest. You are there to help them use their energies to bring solutions to the problem. And that is why relationship is key if you want to succeed as a politician. Look, I've heard people talk about you need to have money. That may be true, but the relationship you build can even bring you the money if you don't have it.
It's true, because Honorable, I'm very, very happy that you're talking about relationships. Because, see, one thing I noticed about Honorable, I didn't say it at the introduction, is to me, I've seen politicians, both local and international. Sometimes, some politicians are very, very cutthroat, cut to the chase politicians, very, very partisan, but I see you more of he's a human being first.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. He's a human being first before partisan politics.
Yes.
And because of that, you are like a magnet.
Yes.
That able to bring people together, regardless of whatever their persuasions are.
Yes.
And I think that is great leadership.
Yes.
And I think if most of our young politicians, especially, can learn from it, I think it will just open a whole different world.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah,
you can just
one thing I read a lot about American politics and I follow it.
okay.
Until recently, until Trump jumped onto the scene,
Right.
you will never hear an American politician denigrating another politician.
Never.
It is only Trump who brought a change, who started that. But you could see they talk with a lot of respect and recognizing the contribution of each other.
Yes.
Look, to be fair, our friends in the NDC,
Yes.
some of them, when I was in school, I used to look up to them.
Wow. That is really good.
Let me mention one. Honorable James Agaga.
All right.
Oh, I wanted to read law when I was going to Legon, and they made it post first degree. So I had to go and read economics.
Okay.
But then he was one of the key law students at the time that I looked up to. I'm not sure he even knew I was looking up to him.
Mentorship from afar.
Yes. Whenever there were issues on campus, on law, legal matters, and James Agaga is your client, you can go and sleep. But that was when, in fact, well, some of us were lucky. It was also the era when Godfrey Dame and Co, Dapa, they were all law students at the time. So you can imagine.
Wow.
And these are the same crop of lawyers that we have today who are now big people.
Yes.
So if you have James Agaga today, who is on the other side, how can you say that they have no talent to lead the country?
Yeah.
It's just a question of how they want to do it and how we want to do it.
Exactly.
And so many others. I contested Omane Boama for the NUS presidency when we were on campus.
Okay.
He beat me by 20 votes.
Oh, wow.
He was in medical school. He contested earlier with Edward Bauer. Edward Bauer now is an MP for Bongo in NDC. And then he didn't win. Then he came in my time again and he beat me because he had an advantage. And Omane Boama became communications minister under NDC.
Yes.
So if you tell me people in the NDC don't have skills, I don't get it. Because we have schooled with them. They are good guys. They are friends. We know they also have talent to build this country. So you don't have to be disrespectful to your opponent. But you can speak to the issues and address it
Exactly.
in the way that you think will be better for the country. That is all. You don't have to disrespect anybody.
Yeah.
And beyond the politics, relationship.
I was going to come there. So let's segue into that there. So, Honorable, what are some of the... I know you've mentioned relationship. I could see that relationship is the top of the top.
Topmost, if you want to do
In
politics
terms
and
of
go
skill
far.
set, what are some of the core skill set that you need to be successful in politics?
If you want to be successful in politics, your values.
Okay.
First of all, be a man of your words. Look, they say that politicians are liars. But I'm telling you, I can tell you, if you want to see a successful politician, check his background. He has kept his word with his people. You may not be 100%, but without integrity and your word being your bond, you will never go far in politics.
Is that the reason why some politicians seem to have a very long tenure that they
And others just come in and they fail.
leave?
Yes.
So, for instance, Honorable Speaker of the House.
Yes. He's been there for a very long,
long
time. Go and check. He kept his word with his people. So if somebody tells you politicians are liars and that is what is in your mind and you want to be a politician, you have failed. Contrary to what people say, politicians rather keep their words. And if you want to be a politician, learn to keep your word. Build your integrity. Your values are number one. Number two, live for others. If you want to be a politician and all you are interested is your corner and your selfish benefits, you have failed. In fact, you won't pass the next vote.
But why is that? Why is it that the perception out there in most people's minds is that politicians are there for themselves?
Yeah.
And they just care about themselves, probably their immediate family,
Yes.
and they will lie to you to get. There's that kind of strong
It,
perception.
yes, it is very strong perception, and it is true. Because over the years, that is how they have seen politicians relate to them. But if you want to excel in politics,
Yes.
avoid that trap.
Okay, that is excellent.
Avoid that trap. Make up your mind to live for others.
Right.
And God is so merciful and so mysterious that when you live for others, you live better. It's like when we're in school and people don't understand the mass equation.
Yes.
If you understand it and you try to explain to them, you understand it even better.
Yes, it's true.
That is how it comes.
You teach something, you
sticks,
are the main beneficiary.
It comes better.
Yes.
So make up your mind to live for others. And look, I'm telling you, most good politicians in our country always live broke.
You're kidding me.
I'm telling you, sometimes you don't have one CD in your account. And I mean what I'm saying. You live for others.
I mean, I think talking about that, there are times when you were at your previous post.
Yes.
And I'll come and I'll see people sitting at the reception waiting to see. I see some of them in their countenances.
Yes.
I couldn't read their mind.
Yes.
But to see that most of these people were people of need.
Yes.
That's people in need
Yes.
that needed help, and I knew that you,
Yes.
where you are,
Yeah.
you empty yourself.
That is it. You must always live empty for others.
Right.
That is a common thing you must. If you want to go far, if you are the type who thinks that, hey, I've got opportunity, let me take care of myself and my immediate family, that will be your end. So people must see the solution to their needs in you. You cannot solve all, but reach out. Let them see when you have it. When you don't have it, let them know. And live. Once you are able to do these things, you keep your values intact, you live for others, and you build good relationship. Maybe before you begin to think about resources and money. And I don't think that money is a problem in politics when you build good relationships. In fact, the relationship will even bring you the money, and you will do well.
Amazing. Honorable. We know your time is crucial. So we'll try and round it up. So if you are going to just maybe one or two, what are some of the roadblocks that you are likely to face if you want to get into politics?
A lot of roadblocks, but your key thing must be your vision. I always tell young people, keep your eyes on the ball. So if you don't have a ball, you can't even keep your eyes on it. What is it you want to do? And set timelines for yourself. Like from 2003, it took me 15 to 17 years before I achieved my dream of becoming a member of parliament. But right from university, I said I'll be an MP in this particular constituency.
That was focused.
Yes. And I started grassroots work and contributing and serving there. I remember when we went for meetings and the then MP was giving out TNT, I would rather take what I have and add to his own. Yes. So that is how you do it. You set the vision, you work towards it. It won't come cheap. It will cost you. But that is the sacrifice you need to make for others to see that you are ready to serve them. Because the good book says that if you want to be the leader, be the child, be the servant. And whilst you serve, your service will lift you. So that is the same principle that you have to be willing to serve others.
Wow. Ghana is blessed to have you. I think the final thing is that also, if you are, let's say I'm a young person, I want to get into politics, I'm very, very passionate about it. Where would you recommend that I begin my journey?
First of all, define exactly what contribution you want to make with your desire to be a politician. Okay. Define it to yourself first. You must convince yourself first. So that's what I call the vision. Right. Once you set out the vision, look now at the implementation. Where do you want to situate it? If you're a politician and you don't have a base, you won't go far. You must always have a base where you spring from. Right. That's what we call the constituency. Okay. So identify your constituency. If you identify your constituency, go and be seen there. Go there, submit yourself, and serve, voluntary service. That's how Obama did.
Yes.
Community organization.
Yes.
He's greeting people. He's helping the needy. He's doing that. Community organization, pro bono work. Somebody. So if you're a lawyer, start doing pro bono cases. Whatever skills you have, you're a teacher. Start teaching children in the community for free. Every skill that you have, start exhibiting it within the community and let people see that you are willing to serve them. That's how it starts. And once they accept you, the sky is the limit.
All right, Bob. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure talking to you. Thank you, my brother.
We love you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you so much for watching this episode. And if this content is something that appeals to you and you like, kindly subscribe to this channel. This is great content right here. And also, I have put another video right here. It's called the top 10 skills that will help you get employed very quickly. This is a must watch video and I want you to watch. It's going to be right there. Top 10 skills that will get you employed very fast. All right, thank you and see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye.